So welcome to the fire.
And that jib's tore him up.
Bottomland from head to toe.
I killed one this morning.
That's good.
He's still in the tree.
What do we walk? 13 miles a day?
Yeah, it was. We did some walking.
It was less than 10 minutes and he was flopping right here.
I've been waiting for this moment, the final battle of the chosen.
We met Tom a few years ago, Tom Oglesby, and he invited us to come over here to Georgia and on his home dirt and hunt turkeys 2 years ago. We came over here and had a blast. Everybody, had great hunts. We killed some turkeys, and we just kind of became good friends right off the bat.
We were waiting 2 years on this turkey trip. We met up with our buddies Tom and Drew a couple years ago and had an awesome time in Georgia, right outside Augusta. Went to the Masters, killed a bunch of turkeys. Just one of the coolest turkey trips of my life thus far. And then we were going to come back last year. COVID travel restrictions and whatnot, spring 19 or 20 didn't really work out. So anyway, we rolled up into camp this year with David Hawley, Neil, me, Riley rolling over from West Point.
And so, yeah, we came over here this year, got right back at it, jumped right back in the woods with Tom and them. It's been 2 years, but we didn't skip a beat. So the first morning hunt, Tom and Hunter and I go out and hunt a spot and burn pine plantation with some hardwood SMZs running through it and a power line. And sure enough, right, first gobbling time, a couple of turkeys start gobbling, and we kind of make our move. And when they fly down, they're in this wide open burn pine, so we kind of have to think about how we're going to get in tight with them. And so we kind of have to make a big loop and come around through this hardwood drain, come up, and we get about 150 yards from them, and we sit down. They didn't suspect a thing, still gobbling. So we get them fired up, and they come in kind of to our right. We couldn't see them the first time when they came in. We can hear them drumming. They gobbled, and they went past us, crossed the hardwood drain, and went behind us into the back pine plantation on the other side of the drain. Tom and I got a little more aggressive this time with our calling, cut at them a little bit, got them fired up, and then all of a sudden here they come 5 minutes later, and there was two of them. And when they came up there, the first one when they got about 60 yards, the first one kind of peeled and flanked us a little bit, but the strutting turkey was a little more interested in what was going on, so he kind of came around this log and kind of came a little closer to us, and he got to about 40-45 yards, and Hunter and I were they were going in and out of stuff, and they were in like a little of a thicker spot out in those burned pines, and we got confused on what turkey he was on, and right about the time I was going to pull the trigger, the turkey just dipped out, walked straight away, and there's just there's no reason to take a stupid shot like that and end up wounding the turkey. So we let them walk off and go on about their business, and it was a great hunt. They gobbled right in our face, gobbled a bunch. You can't ask for a finer turkey hunt than that without killing one. So, and about 1 o'clock, there was some rain that was supposed to move in, and it kind of held off, and it kind of cooled everything down and got real calm, and it just kind of felt like they may gobble. So we went out about 1:30, and when first spot we checked, we get out of the truck, we walk maybe 200 yards up through the prettiest hardwoods you can imagine, and Tom cut real loud, and it was so dead calm and so still. I thought I heard something, but if it, I didn't want to even say anything because it was so far. It had to have been 600 plus yards away. And so we kind of walked up the road a little further, maybe another 200 yards. And that time, Tom cut again. And when he cut that time, he hammered. and he was probably still 300-400 yards away. He was still a long way back there. And so we kind of made our way up the road a little more, and when we reached track, when Tom made him gobble, when it was for sure the first time he cut him off, that joker was fired up. He was ready to get after him, and he told me, he said, "What'd you say?" He said, "I'll bet you a steak dinner that turkey's dead." And so we ease up the road, and we kind of find a spot, and we ease up the road a little ways, and then we call again, and the turkey cuts us off, and he's like right over the hill, 100 yards away, coming fast.
Gosh. Hey, if he comes up on this pretty ridge to the left, that's probably our best chance. Just keep watching. I think he's right to the right of my gun barrel behind that big tree. There he is in the road. He's in the road, going to the right. Going to the right. Going to the right. You got him. He's behind my shit. He's about to be in the Are you gonna have him right here? Oh shit, when he gets in this gap. You got him? Yeah. Get him.
Go, Ewan.
So I kind of swung and got on him, and he clucked and kind of turned right when he tried to turn to walk away. I shot him and killed him just right through that one hole that I had, and may have been lucky, but we got him. And thank Tom for putting us on him. Tom knows these turkeys like the back of his hand, and he really does all his homework. So Tom and I always get real excited. That's the second turkey we've killed together. So and really, I guess as many hunts. We've hunted 2 days together and killed 2 turkeys. So it's something that, there's a few hunts that stick with you forever, and some of them you might forget over time, but that's definitely one I think I'll remember forever. Just a flash hunt, afternoon hunt, and really one of the prettiest settings I've killed a turkey in. So it really was just a really cool hunt.
Go ahead, Grant.
Dear Heavenly Father, I want to pray that you bless us tonight, that you bless this food as nourishment on our bodies and our bodies to your service. Thank you for protecting all these men and women here. Keep us safe as we battle through this COVID. We love you, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Good prayer. Good prayer. Start it off. Great one. All right, Grant. You first.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
You
last.
the youngest one that can walk. You the youngest.
For morning 2, we head out to the edge of some burnt pines with 2 turkeys that we've got roosted, and Tom and David set up back behind me and Hunter on a tree, and we're in a few feet apart from each other, and we're at the edge of these burnt pines where it's wide open, but right at the edge of them it's pretty thick, and there's this one big brush pile that I didn't really think was going to get in my way, but sure enough, the 2 turkeys fly down and come immediately over our way. They're coming through about 50 yards away, and we went back to watch the footage later, and I got to see Hunter's camera. It was one of the coolest goblin clips from any hunt that I've hunted with a video camera in years. This is, as you'll see in here, it's one of those that you watch 25 times in a row. But that hunt didn't work out either. I was in you can see him clear as day on the camera, but I was a little bit over to the right, and you know, the trees were like this for the camera and they were like this for me, and we just didn't really get a shooting lane. So we go back to a different spot with Tom, and we're covering some ground, and it's about 10:30, somewhere like that, and we've walked a few miles at this point, and then a turkey hammers. And we find a tree, we sit down, we don't waste any time, and just like turkeys tend to do late in the morning when they're acting right and you get a good flash hunt in, they're less than 100 yards away in no time. They close the distance in a hurry, and we're set up right down this road. They're coming around a bend, and David and Tom are back behind. There's another bend in the road, so we're at a pretty good setup, and I've got my Bottomland on, and I'm frozen to the tree. Here they come. I feel like there's a dang dinosaur coming straight at me. I mean, my heart was pounding. I could feel my whole body shaking, and they were easing down this road, and I was waiting for them to get close, and I mean, my heart was beating, my hands were shaking like they hadn't in a long time.
I'm on him. Shoot the front one. Be still, be still. I hear you, son.
My heart's about to beat out of my chest.
They came straight down the road, just absolutely perfect. Split up, and turkey takes a few steps off to the right, and I put the shot on him, and it was absolutely perfect. I mean, from the time we heard him yelp to, time we yelped, time we heard him gobble, to the time we killed him, it wasn't but a few minutes. I mean, heck of a hunt, awesome couple days.